Good afternoon, students. Am I audible? Okay. Today we will be discussing about the IPv4 header format as well as IPv6 header format, and then we will discuss about the congestion control mechanisms. We are in the layer of network layer, right? So it is the third layer. If we talk about the receiver side, we will be having physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, and then application layer, right? So network layer, where source IP addresses, destination IP addresses will be used, and those IP addresses are present in the form of either it is IPv4 or IPv6. So if it is IPv4, then 32-bit addresses will be used. Then IPv6, it is 128-bit addresses. So source to source packet delivery is the we can say main work of your IP protocol, right? In different we can say in different layers, different protocols are available, so that whatever the features and the functionalities are present for that respective layer, that should be performed by that particular protocol, right? So likewise in network layer also, we have a very important, or we can say the main protocol available, which is called as IP protocol. But again, in this layer also, if just a minute, suppose this is a network layer. If it is a network layer, this also have different protocols available in this. So IP is, we can say, a major protocol or the main protocol who is performing under this layer a main part. With this IP, we have, or this IP requires some supporting protocols also. This is the network layer. Right? In data link layer also, we have studied few protocols in upcoming transport layer or the applications layers to work with their design issues which can happen at that layer. To deal with that, we have different protocols. So IP is the main protocol under this network layer, but it also takes the, we can say, the help of the different protocols, and those are ICMP, Internet Control Management or Message Protocol, ICMP. Then we have IGMP, that is Internet Grouping Message Protocol. Then we have ARP, okay. Also we have RARP. These are the four protocols which are also the supporting protocols in this network layer. So the questions will be asked like which protocols are available in which layers. So that time you should aware about all the protocols which are available in this layer. These are the supporting to this IP. IP is the main protocol. So ICMP, Internet Control Message Protocol. You might have already heard about this protocol somewhere whenever you are executing any command. Do you remember anyone ICMP where you have seen this? ICMP कोई कमांड रन करी थी, वहां पे आपने देखा है कभी? Okay, let me ask you this way. Have you run the simple command of ping? Ping command किसी ने access किया है? What is the usage of ping command? Not aware?
Ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. There is a like ifconfig or ipconfig, the command, a simple command which we run for checking out the interfaces connected, or what is my IP address. To check that, we used to execute the command ifconfig, right? So likewise, we have one more command which is called as ping. पिंग इज द ओपन सोर्स ऑपरेटिंग कमांड. हाँ, हम इसको यूनिक्स में या लिनक्स में एग्जीक्यूट कर सकते हैं. सो व्हाट इट विल गिव यू, how to write this, the ping command will be written like this: ping then space and the destination IP address. okay, जो भी destination होगा, destination machine, उसका IP address या तो यहाँ लिखते हैं या तो फिर the domain name server, like I can write www.google.com. you can write this way, or you can write like this also. Ping, not this hyphen is not available, na? Only this, there is a space. So ping space 192.168.10. any IP address, destination IP address. So if you will write ping space something destination address, what it does, it will give you the idea whether your system and that destination machine, these both are connected or not. If there is connection available, or there is a link available in between this your machine and the destination machine is available or not. And for that purpose, this command entirely takes the help of the ICMP, इंटरनेट कंट्रोल मैसेज प्रोटोकॉल. ओके, जब आप इसको रन करेंगे एंड व्हेन यू विल सी द आउटपुट, इसका जो आउटपुट आता है, दिस विल कम लाइक रिप्लाई फ्रॉम, let me check, just a minute. Just tell me whether the screen is visible for Ubuntu terminal screen. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let me write first ifconfig. Okay, now my current IP address is 192.168.43.160 है ना. So if I will run in 192.168 2.3. Now check out the reply. The reply will come like this: ping space 192.168 2.3. okay, now this 2.3 is something that destination machine address which I have written here. okay, ping space destination IP address. So if there is a connection between my system, if the connection is available in between my machine and that particular destination, then the reply will come from this machine. ओके, पिंग 192. अब ये कमांड सिर्फ रन हुई है, अब ये बस एग्जीक्यूट हुई है. देयर इज नो एनी रिप्लाई फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर डेस्टिनेशन मशीन इज कमिंग इट. ओके, अगर if this particular destination address is connected with my machine, तो यहाँ पे रिप्लाई आएगा, reply from 192.168.2.3. ये IP एड्रेस यहाँ लिखा रहेगा. and then maximum hops in between these two machines 30 रहते हैं usually. तो 30 hops maximum hops unit यहाँ पे लिखा रहेगा. Now my machine is not connected to this, so I'm not able to execute this. Let me run like this ping. Now check out this. Can you see the difference? Before this, I was not connected to this machine. There is no link, so reply was not coming anything. And from here, if you can observe the output of this command, ping space www.google.com. तो अभी क्या हुआ? Let me just run the Control Z, so it will stop connecting. Okay, every time, मतलब within this microseconds वो चेक करता रहता है कि ना whether it is connected. तो उस केस में होता क्या है, that ICMP protocol works there. ICMP का request message will be transmitted from sender to the receiver or sender to the destination machine. ICMP request message. Okay, and in the response, ICMP reply packet will be coming from the destination to the source back again. So it will check if the reply is coming. That means there is a connection available in between your and the destination machine. So if you can observe here it is written ICMP sequence 1, ICMP sequence 2. This means these much packets have been transmitted in between your machine and the destination machine. Okay, and time to leave, this is the TTL. अब ये TTL क्या रहता है? This we will be discussing in the header format of the IP. Okay, I will tell you that time. So this is like ICMP. तो ICMP जो है पिंग कमांड एग्जीक्यूट करने के पीछे सबसे बड़ा important protocol जो है वो that is ICMP. Always remember, it will give you the idea, it will send the ICMP request message, and if the connection is available, it will give you it will give the response with the ICMP reply packet. Okay, so this is one of the protocol available at network layer. IP protocol is taking the help of ICMP. Then sometimes it is required to deal with the grouping mechanism. Okay, multicasting जो messages हम भेजते हैं, multicasting जो हम करते हैं. So in that case we require like grouping system. So in that case, you can use this IGMP protocol, Internet Grouping Message Protocol. Then we have ARP, which is called as Address Resolution Protocol. And this is RARP, which is called as Reverse Address Resolution Protocol. अब ये क्या होता है? Let me tell you this. So this ARP, Address Resolution Protocol, what happens is, whenever the packet will be transmitted from source to destination, so every packet will be having its own source logical address and destination logical address. IP addresses उसमें क्या होते हैं, mention किए रहते हैं, but they are not aware about, sometimes it is possible कि there is no availability of the physical addresses. So what is happening in that case, whenever the packet will be reached in the network to any router, अगर ये router के पास यहाँ पे एक packet पहुंच गया, so to map that particular source IP address with the physical address, the ARP protocol will be used, Address Resolution Protocol. What I am saying, source IP address will be mapped with the physical addresses. Logical address will be mapped with the physical address. That is the work of Address Resolution Protocol. And the Reverse Address Resolution Protocol mein physical to logical address mapping will be done. So this is the working of this all supporting protocols, which is we can say used by the IP protocol. Now IP is what it is, Internet Protocol. Okay, it is your IP protocol is, we can say, host to host delivery protocol. Host to host मतलब we have already discussed about this, right? एक example लिया था जिसमें बहुत सारे systems हमने connect किए थे, how packets will be transmitted from source to the destination, that we have discussed. Means if the routers are connected in between here, okay, how the addresses will be changed from this source to this source, this source to this source, when it is coming from here, if this is a different network. This example we have already discussed before starting the classful addressing, right? So I was saying that Internet Protocol is the host to host delivery. एक मशीन से दूसरे मशीन तक पहुंचाने का काम कौन करता है? This is the work of your IP protocol, okay, and which belongs to your network layer. Fine. Now it is whatever the protocols you have in the above layer. Who is which one is the above layer of network layer? Anyone? Which layer is the uppermost layer of the network layer? Am I clear what I'm asking? Are you getting what I'm asking? I'm asking a simple question. Which is the above layer of the network layer?
Transport layer.
Transport layer.
Yes, correct. This is the transport layer. Now in transport layer, we are using the protocols TCP or the UDP, depend upon the services which we want. If we want the connection oriented services, we will be using TCP protocol. If we want connection less services, we will be using UDP protocol. तो यहाँ पे ऊपर से डेटा इधर एप्लीकेशन लेयर से आ रहा है ना, it is, we have application layer. Here the data will be generated and then it will be transmitted to transport layer. In transport layer, TCP UDP protocols will be managed here according to the services which we want. Now those protocols or The data which we are adding in this TCP UDP header format, that will be encapsulated into this IP packet. What I'm saying, suppose this is my IP packet which we are going to create in this network layer. तो इस IP में होता क्या है, this IP will include the data which is coming from the transport layer. We will call that as a payload. The data which is coming from the above layer. Above layer is the transport layer. So the data which is coming from the above layer, which we will call as a payload, that payload will be encapsulated into this IP protocol. Okay. And this IP consists of two partitions. One will be the payload, which we will be receiving from the above layer. Fine. So this consists of two parts. One is the header plus payload. Okay, IP consists of header plus payload. Now, what is this header? Header is nothing but which will give you the overview or the details of this entire packet. What is the length of this packet? How much is the total length? Okay, what is the priority of this packet? So these all basic details will be included into this header, and payload will entirely consist of the data which is coming from the above layer. Okay, am I clear? What is IP? IP is a datagram. It is called as datagram. We call it as a datagram. Also remember, this is connectionless service. This provides connectionless service. And because this is connectionless, we can say it is unreliable protocol. Unreliable, there is no reliability. We cannot trust on this protocol simply, because whenever we require end-to-end not authenticated, if we want a reliable services, trusted services, that my each and every bit will be received by receiver, this confirmation if you want, then you cannot use, or we can say if you want that, then in transport layer you should use TCP. Okay, TCP provides the connection oriented services. तो आप IP के साथ अगर TCP use करोगे, then there will be a reliability. But if we will only talk about the IP protocol, then it provides the connection-less services, right? Also, it does not provide the error control or the flow control mechanism individually. मतलब इसका खुद का कोई mechanism नहीं है खुद के पास इसके. It can take the help of the other protocols, but इसका own कोई mechanism available नहीं है. Okay, you can make it more reliable if you will use the TCP protocol from the transport layer, then you can make it more reliable. Okay, and this is called as the datagram services. Datagram services are it includes the two partition. One is the header, another is a payload. Now we will be now talking about the header format of the IPv4. This is really very important, we can say, topic with respect to your examination. If you want to appear for GATE also, there also you will find number of questions depend upon the IPv4 or the IPv6 header format. Okay, now this format, this structure is of IPv4. Now what is this header format? Header format मतलब जब भी कोई पैकेट हम बनाते हैं, क्रिएट करते हैं, so it will consist of some payload as it is, जो ऊपर का डेटा आ रहा है उसको एक यहाँ पे रख देते हैं और उसके साथ एक हेडर ऐड कर देते हैं, right? That header will consist of the basic details of this packet, which anyone can access. Intermediary nodes, source से लेके destination तक, पैकेट पहुंचने तक, whatever the intermediary nodes will be arriving in between the transmission, they can use, they will check your header part of that packet. They are not going to use the payload. They will be only checking the header, whether destination address belongs to that particular intermediary node or not. If it belongs to this machine, then it will proceed with the further things. If not, then simply it will be either discarded or it will be forwarded according to the path which it requires to transmit that particular packet. Okay, so I was saying this is the header. अब ये जो हम header होता है ये जो बात कर रहे हैं, how it looks like, this looks like this. IPv4 का header format है ये. IPv6 will be different one. Okay, So now here, different fields are available in this. The first field is the version field. It will give you the details about which version it belongs to. Now here we have 4 bits to represent this version. Now we are talking about the IPv4. So the value of this field will be always 4. मतलब यहाँ पे ये बीट रहेगा 0100. Fine. So because this having the 4-bit value, so the value can be created from 0000 to 1111. इसके बीच में इतने सारे values रहेंगे, right? But here we are only using the value current IPv4 to represent this. We are using this value here 0100. This is the version of this header. Now the second field is HLEN. HLEN is nothing but the header length. ये जो हेडर फॉर्मेट है इसका टोटल लेंथ कितना है, that we will be describing in this subfield header length. Now header length is also of 4 bits. Now one more thing is which is important, your header can be ranged, header length can be ranged between 20 bytes to 60 bytes. 20 byte to 60 byte. Now you will say कि इसका तो 4 बीट है, like 000 to 1111. इसके वैल्यूज तो इतने ही रेंज में रहेंगे ना. Then how we are saying 0 byte to 60 bytes, how we will be representing this? So always remember, whatever the value you have under this HLEN field, okay, the value which you have in this HLEN field, you need to multiply this with the 4. Okay, if I am saying that my value is like 0101, if this HLEN bit contains 0101, that means this value is what? 5. So 5 into 4, that always will be 20. So in this way the length will be calculated. So if you will consider this, अगर 20 बाइट से 60 बाइट है, इसका मतलब इसकी वैल्यू 0 1 2 3 4 कभी नहीं रहेगी. Because if we will take that 0 into 4, that is 0, 1 into 4 will be 4, 2 into 4 will be 8, and our minimum requirement क्या है header का? It's 20 byte, right? It's 20. So we cannot take the values. कहीं पे अगर पूछा है आपको कभी कभी in objective questions, the question will be asked like whether this HLN or the given length is correct or not. So in that case, you can observe the value of HLN. You need to multiply with the 4. It should be between 20 to the 60. Okay, if it lies between this, then that is correct one. Otherwise, it is not the correct one. So this is HLN of 4 bit. The next subfield which we have is the type of the service, which is of 8 bit. Type of the service is what? This field is also present in the IPv6 also. तो इसका क्या है कि if we need to mention the priority for this particular packet. Sometimes in the if congestion will occur, sometimes it happens in the network, congestion can occur. So in that situation, router should identify कि which packets I can drop at this moment. मान लो ये एक network है here above. Suppose this is a network. So here in this network, if at this position, if the congestion has occurred, so this router will take the decision which packets I should remove or I should discard at this moment. So वो किसके basis पे decision लेता है? The fields which are present in this IPv4 header format. क्या है टाइप ऑफ द सर्विस? अगर इसकी प्रायोरिटी यहाँ पे हाई है, इधर प्रायोरिटी हाई मेंशन करी हुई है, देन इट विल कैरी दैट पैकेट, इट विल नॉट डिस्कार्ड. अदर if any one of the packet available where no any priority is mentioned, so that particular packet will be discarded. Okay, so here priorities with respect to the delays, all information will be available in the type of service with the 8 bit. Okay, the next subfield is of 16 bit, which is total length. अब ये total length क्या है? This total length will be of payload plus header. Okay, payload plus header will give you the total length. Now this is useful when this packet will be received by the receiver. तो वहां पे वो verification होता है. What is the header length? what is the total length, then what will be my payload length, that will be calculated at the receiver side. So this can be mentioned in 16 bits of total length field. Okay. Now the next row, if you will observe, this is all about the fragmentation details. Fragmentation details क्या होते हैं? Let me just clear the screen. Fragmentation. Suppose whatever the data is coming from the transport layer, if it is maximum in size, okay, जितना size इसको allowed है to carry, और या फिर whatever the receiver can proceed with that much length is not, if it is exceeding the length of the packet, then in that case network layer will be distributing or will be fragmenting that one packet into the different packets, okay, individual packets. So on each packet there will be some identification will be written. Each packet will have its own source address, destination address, their entire details will be available if the fragmentation is done. So regarding that fragmentation, the entire thing will be included in the second row. Now what is this field? This is the 16 bit of identification field. What it will give you? It will give you which to which packet this sub packet belongs to. Okay, कौन से packet का ये sub packet है, that identification will be written over here in the 16 bit. The next 3 bits are reserved for showing the fragmentation details. Like the first, ये bit तो reserved है, 0 bit, sorry, this 1 bit is reserved with the value 0. This is simply reserved. Nothing is, we are not dealing with anything. The next 1 bit is asking, showing about the don't fragment. Don't fragment मतलब क्या? If this value is set to 1, अगर ये वाले subfield की value अगर if it is set to 1, means you cannot divide, or you should not divide this particular packet into the sub packets. Are you getting this? Don't fragment. If the value is set to 1, if this field value is set to 1, means you cannot divide this packet. You cannot fragment this packet. Okay. If this value is set to 0, if this value is set to 0, then you can fragment this packet if and only if it is very necessary to divide this. Okay. So if the value is 0, you can divide, you can fragment the packet. If the value is 1, you cannot fragment. The next is, here it should be MF. MF is more fragment. If the value is set to 1, if the value is set to 1, that means there are few more fragments are available with respect to this packet. Abhi और भी, this is not the last fragmentation. The more fragments are still available with regard to this particular packet. This is called as the more fragment, and 1 bit is reserved for this. If the value is 1, more fragments are available. If the value is 0, fragments are not available. The next subfield is of 13 bits, which is called as fragment offset. Fragment offset क्या होता है? I will take one example on this. Then that time the concept will be clear for this. Okay. Whenever we are dividing any packet into the different fragments, तो वहां पे उसका लेंथ, उसका मैक्सिमम फ्रेगमेंटेशन कितना रहेगा, that offset, what will be the offset value? Offset value will be calculated in terms of the 8 bytes. 8 bytes में उसका scale चलता है. So I will take one example after this slide, so you will get the clear idea of fragment offset. गेट में वगैरह ऑफसेटिंग पे क्वेश्चंस रहते हैं, ठीक है. Now the third row, time to leave. Now TTL, when I have executed the command ping, okay, so in that case you might have observed there is return TTL. So what is this time to leave? Time to leave means this is like whenever your packet will be originated from the source machine, created, or it will be transmitted from the source machine. So source to destination, there will be some network available, different networks are available, है ना? What if these packets will come under this network, but it is not getting its destination? It is roaming here, 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 here. It is roaming router to router, router to router, but no any router is finding the path to take this packet to the destination. Suppose no any router is having the updated routing table, which will be describing about the destination path for this packet. Then in that case, what will happen? What will happen in that case? This simply packet will only roam here in the network and it will simply create a congestion in the network. Congestion हो जाएगा ना, traffic will be there. खामा का घूमता रहेगा इधर से उधर. So it should not happen. This may cause the congestion. ऐसे कितने तो पैकेट्स के बारे में हो सकता है who is not getting the destination, right? So if we are keeping this as it is, so all these packets will create a congestion in the network. So we should have some limitation over the roaming of that packets, and that is what the time to leave field said about. What is this? It will give you some value. What that value will describe how much time or how much hops मतलब जितने भी devices हैं आपके network में connected, how much hops this packets will visit. मान लो इसका value कुछ 30 hops लिखा हुआ है. If the TTL value is 30, whenever suppose यहाँ एक source machine है, यहाँ से एक packet generate हुआ है, तो यहाँ से when it will go to the first intermediary router, यहाँ पे अगर first intermediary router के पास गया, so that 30 now value will become 29. ये वाला router क्या करेगा? The value will be TTL value will be decremented by 1, and then that packet will be transmitted to the next router. Suppose this is a router again. Then again this router is going to decrement the value of TTL by 1. तो ऐसे करते करते जितना भी वो पास करता जाएगा nodes, intermediate nodes before reaching to the destination, that there the TTL value will be decremented every time by 1. So when this value becomes 0, and still if that packet is not reached to the destination, then that packet will be simply discarded where this value becomes 0. मान लो ऐसे roam करते करते यहाँ एक कोई router है या destination कोई एक intermediary device है. If that packet will reach to here and the value is now, when it has received this packet, the value is 1. So it will now, before forwarding this packet to any machine, it will decrement the TTL value by 1. So now this value becomes 0. If the value will be 0, then simply on that network, that packet will be discarded. It will not be forwarded to anyone. Okay, this is the value of TTL. So we are simply what we are doing, there should not be any congestion in the network. Who has lost the path to reach their destination, we are controlling those packets. This is the TTL. The next is the protocol, which is of 8-bit subfield. A protocol, which protocol we are mentioning, or we have already mentioned which type of this protocol is. This version we have already mentioned here. But now here, this 8-bit protocol is telling you about which protocols are included or we can say are used in the above layer, whether we are dealing with the TCP, whether we are dealing with the UDP. That will be mentioned in this subfield, this 8-bit subfield. Okay. The next is of 16-bit header checksum. Now what is this header checksum? Checksum, we are already aware about the term. Anyone who will be using this checksum value? What we are doing in the checksum method?
एरर डिटेक्ट करने के लिए वो रिसीवर यूजर.
Yes, correct. What we are doing is in checksum we add some redundant bits, some extra bits we add. In some calculations we do, whatever the data we have available, we do some calculations and we add some extra bits here. Okay, and combiningly this is called as this entire encoded or the encrypted data we will be transmitting to the receiver. So whenever receiver will receive this data, now it is also going to perform the same calculation. If the calculated result and this received one is the same, then receiver will get to know I have received the correct one, right? So this is what the checksum. We have already discussed about the different methods to add these bits, extra bits, है ना? CRC bits देखा है, checksum देखा है, Hamming code method देखा था. So ये सब methods use करके we can perform the checksum here. Now here we on which data we are performing this? On the header. ये जो entire header है उस पे ये मेथड अप्लाई करके कुछ एक्स्ट्रा वैल्यूज विल बी कैलकुलेटेड एंड दोज विल बी एडेड हियर. So this field will be verified by the destination machine. If both are same, then it will be we can say proceeded with the further things. Fine. The next 32 bit are reserved for the source IP address. Source IP address, the message at which machine the data is generated. In which application layer this particular data or the packet is generated, that is nothing but the source IP address, which is of 32 bit. Okay, then the destination IP is nothing but the logical address. In data link layer we are dealing with the physical address. In network layer we are dealing with the logical address. Here we are dealing with the IPv4. We have 32 bit of IPv4 address. So source IP address, destination IP address will be added over here. Fine. The next we have is the option field. This is optional field also. Option field is optional field. Now this may vary between the 0 to 40 bytes. Okay, 0 to 40 bytes. Optional field मतलब क्या? इसके related कुछ और, ये तो सारी basic information है which is mandatory. मतलब कुछ हो ना हो, ये इतना तो डेटा एटलीस्ट हेडर में होना ही चाहिए. इसका लेंथ क्या, फ्रेगमेंटेशन है कि नहीं है, टाइम टू लीव क्या है, दिस हैज टू बी इंक्लूडेड. बट few more if you want to add some instructions, like if you want if any one of the beat will be misplaced, कुछ changes हैं. If suppose I am sending the audio file and if there will be 1-2 bit will be misplaced, that is also fine, but this data should be reached. If you want any such type of the instructions regarding delay, regarding throughput, this entire notifications or the instructions will be given and will be included into this optional field, which can range between the 0 to 40 bytes. Okay, and the rest of here, this is up to the header part. This is the part of header. Okay, and below this we have this data part. Now what is this data? Data is nothing but your payload, which is coming from your above layer, transport layer से जो actual data आ रहा है, जो हम encapsulate कर रहे हैं into the IP protocol, that payload will be available after this header format. Okay, so this is all about the IPv4 header format. The next we have, okay, this example I will take so that you will get this fragment offset concept. Okay, offsetting, this you will get. Okay, what is the example? A datagram of 3000 byte, which is of from which the 20 byte of IP header is there and 2980 byte of IP payload is there, reached at the router and must be forwarded to the link with MTU. MTU is nothing but maximum transfer unit. Okay, maximum transfer unit of 500 byte. How many fragments will be generated? And also, this is the first question. And also write more fragments. जो हमने एक field देखा था यहाँ पे, this more fragment. We also have to mention the more fragment field for that each fragment. We first need to calculate the fragments, how many will be calculated, and then we will have to write about the more fragment field value and what will be the length of that each fragment. Okay, there are 3 questions asked for this given data. 3000 byte of the data is there, from which 20 byte of header only and the rest of is for payload. Okay, which has been arrived at the router.
Thanks, ma'am.
Any doubt?
No, ma'am, वो just accidentally mic on हो गया.
Okay, so we need to now identify how many we need to, क्या है यहाँ पे कि router के पास आ चुका है. Suppose this is my router. Fine. and it has received 3000 byte of the data, from which it is 20 byte of header and 2980 of payload. ठीक है? And the question is, it must be forwarded to the link with the MTU of 500 byte. Now suppose ये राउटर को ये वाला जो पैकेट है किसी नेटवर्क को भेजना है आगे, ठीक है? But this link have some limitations on the packet length. That limitation is of 500 byte. This is the MTU, maximum transfer unit. ठीक है, 500 है सिर्फ, बट अपने पास तो टोटल 3000 का है. So that is why we required to fragment this packet. Fragmentation is done in the network layer. Can be done in network layer. Now what we need to do is 500 byte है. Now always remember, whenever we are fragmenting any packet, that time each fragment should have its source destination addresses available on that fragment. That means each packet should have its header. है कि नहीं? We should have its header. So this 20 byte header will be available in each and every fragment. जितने भी fragments हम इसके बनाएंगे वो हर एक fragment में क्या रहेगा? 20 byte का header will be there. So if we have a 500 maximum size, 500 byte, so from this 500 we will be having 20 byte of packet and the rest of कितना रहेगा फिर? 480. 20 का तो क्या है? Header. So 480 will be of payload. मतलब from this 2980 in a single fragment we can only consume 480 of the payload data, and this 20 will be same for each and every fragment. Header will be same for each and every fragment. हाँ, लेकिन उसका sequence number हो या उसका offsetting value हो, that will be different. उसका MF value that will be different for each and every format, header format. Okay. So we need to now create this offset. Now this is the given information in the example. Now what we will be doing, what we have to do is, I have a payload of 2980, ये तो 20 byte of packet है, sorry header है, and I can prepare or I can keep in one fragment 480 byte of the payload. So I will just divide this 2980 by 480. You will get approximately 6 point something आ रहा है. So total 7 fragments we can create to send this particular packet. Right? 7 fragments. Need to be created. Fragmentation will be needed. Fine. Now, suppose packet 1, packet 2, packet 3, packet 4, packet 5, packet 6 and packet 7. Right? This 7 has to be created. What we will be doing in that case, we know the fixed size is 480 plus 20, that is 500. So I will be using here 480 plus 20. Here also 480 plus 20. Let me write this 480 plus 20. If you have notebook, please note down this one. Okay, 480, 480, 6 times we have already done. So the rest of will be 100, right? But the header we also want to add. So 100 plus, sorry, 20. So this is the length of this individual fragment. P7 packet जो है, ये entire P अगर हमने माना packet, तो उसका हमने fragmentation किया. We need to fragment it for 7 times, right? So this 7 packet is of 120 length. This P6 is of 500. This is also of 500. Right. So this is the length of, ये जो question है, total length value for all. This is the length. Fine. Now the next is we need to write the more fragment value. More fragment value क्या होता है? MF, more fragment. When we write the value 1 for more fragment, if you remember this, here we have the 3 bits. This 0 is the reserve bit. This is do not fragment bit, and this is more fragment. If the value is 1, that means more fragmentation or more sub packets are available with respect to this fragmentation packet. Okay, fragmented packet. तो जहां जहां मान लो, if we have, and we need to maintain the sequence also, synchronization के लिए वो चाहिए. So let me take a line. Here, if we talk about the P1 packet, do we have any more fragmentation available after this? Do we have any more fragmentation with respect to this data?
No.
How it is no? I'm asking, see, this data belongs to this packet, right? So this is one of the part of this data. This is one of the part of this data. There is more packet, there are more packets available with respect to this data. इससे related, हाँ, इस तरीके से. So इस related we have more fragmentations. So in this case, for this P1, the more fragment value will be 1. For P2 also, the value will be 1 because it has few more fragmentations ahead. So 1, value is 1, value is 1, value is 1 again here. When if it is with respect to P7, P7 के बाद कोई और fragment available है क्या with respect to this data? No. So this value of more fragment will be 0 here. Okay, this is about the more fragment. This second one, ये वाला अपना हो गया. Now, what about the offset? What is the offset value? Now, what is offset? Let me write down this here. Offset is how many number of data bytes are available ahead of this packet. I will repeat. I will write down this here. How many data bytes ahead? Okay, इस particular packet का, for this particular packet, if I will talk about this P7, if I will talk about this P7, how many number of data bytes मतलब 100, 480, 480, ये with respect to data byte है. This 20 is about the header. We are not talking about this. We are talking about the data byte. How many number of data bytes are ahead? P7 के लिए ये P1 से P6 का data byte आएगा. P6 के लिए P1 से P5 का data आएगा. Okay. Okay. Let me talk about P2. If I will talk P2, how many data bytes are ahead here? 480. Okay, so 480 will be its offset, but we are not writing this 480 as it is. We are always talking in terms of scaling of the 8 byte. Okay, scaling of the 8 byte. मतलब क्या? Let me write down this here. Here we will be talking about the offset. For P1, there is no data byte ahead. P1 से पहला कोई data byte नहीं है. So we will be writing 0 value for 0 offset for this P1. Okay. But if we talk about the P2, then there is 480. Here I will write 480 available. But we always write this in terms of, in the scale of 8 byte. So we need to divide this 480 divided by 8. So the value will be 60. So 60 is the offset value for this P2 packet. Okay, let me write down this for to P3, P4. You will get the clear idea. Now for P3, how many data bytes are ahead? This 480, this 480, right? So 480 plus 480 divided by 8. So if you will do the summation and divide by 8, it will give the value 120. So 120 is the offset value of this P3. Fine. Now the next. How many data bytes are ahead for this P4? This 480, this 480, this 480. Right? 480 plus 480 plus 480 divided by 8. So this value will become 180. Likewise, please tell me about this P5. How many data bytes are ahead?
240.
Yes, the value will be 240. Now for this, it will be 300. Fine. Now here, the value will be 360. This is the 100, and the rest of the payload value is 480 plus 480 plus 480 plus 480 plus 480 plus 480 divided by 8. So you will get the value, offset value as 360. Now this is, ये अभी हमने P7 से अहेड जितना है, मतलब ये यहाँ तक का डेटा निकला ना, ऑफसेट वैल्यू 360, P6 तक का निकला. But what about the P7? When you will calculate the P7 offset, you will get this exact amount. See, P7 यहाँ पे कितना है हमारे पास? We have 360 offset, no? 360, if I will do into 8, you will into 8 and plus ये कितना डेटा बाइट है P7 का? Plus 100. So you will get the value of 360 into 8, you will get 2880 and plus ये वाला 100. So you 2980. This is the entire or the data bytes. Right? So these offset values are available for these packets. Is it clear? What will be the value available? Fragment offset 13 bits ये जो लिखा है यहाँ पे. Fragment offset, these values will be available. अगर मान लो ये P7 डेटा कैरी कर रहा है, if this packet is carrying the P7 packet in this case, so that time this offset, fragment offset value will be 360. अगर ये P6 कैरी कर रहा होता, then here in this fragment offset the value will be available 300. Okay, or more fragment value, this also we have calculated here. More fragment value, this one. More fragmentations are available with respect to this data, then the value will be 1. If not, the value will be 0. Okay, is it clear?
मैम वो 100 plus 100 कैसे आया?
नहीं, ये 100 plus 100 नहीं है, ये बाद में किया मैंने. ये 100 plus 100 नहीं है, ये मैंने एक साथ लिख दिया था. हाँ
मैम, और जो टोटल लेंथ है वो जो 120 plus 500 वो सबका एडिशन आएगा?
120 plus 500, yes,
Plus
सबका
500.
एडिशन आएगा.
Okay.
हाँ, हियर अगर आप अब वो देखोगे तो ये 20 बाइट्स वाला ज्यादा हो जाएगा ना, क्योंकि हेडर हम सबको ऐड कर रहे हैं. एक्स्ट्रा हेडर्स वी आर एडिंग नाउ इनटू दिस डेटा बाइट्स. 20 बाइट्स है, ये एक्स्ट्रा ही हो जाएगा ना इधर, बिकॉज ऑन एवरी फ्रेगमेंटेशन वी आर एडिंग दिस हेडर. जब ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर से, व्हेन ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर हैज सेंड सम डेटा, तब ये पैकेट हमारे पास आया 20 एंड 2980 वाला, तब एक ही हेडर फॉर्मेट था और डेटा बाइट इतना था. लेकिन अब हमने उसको डिवाइड किया तो डेटा बाइट तो ये 2980 वाला हमने फ्रेगमेंट करके डिवाइड कर दिया, बट फॉर ईच फ्रेगमेंट वी हैव एडेड दिस 20 20 20 20 20, तो ये वाला साइज तो बढ़ ही जाएगा ऑब्वियसली 20 बाइट वाला.
Okay, ma'am, understood.
हाँ, ओके, सो आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. अक्षय, बहुत जल्दी है अटेंडेंस मार्क करने की. चलो, so we will continue IPv6 header format in the next session. Okay, mark your attendance in the chat box.
Ma'am,
Yes,
ma'am, can you repeat that? How did you find the MF values?
this MF is nothing but the more fragment value. Now we have this entire data byte field 2980 है ना. We need to divide it into the size of 480. Why 480? Because 500 में से 20 हमने header लिया and 480 we have kept it for the data byte. So we have divided 2980 into 480. Now P1 to P7 we have given the sequence number. Fine. Now with respect to this packet, if we talk about the P1, do you have any more fragmentations with respect to this data byte? Do you have more fragmentations packet with respect to this packet? P1 में जो डेटा आपके पास है, क्या उस रिलेटेड डेटा कहीं और आपका नेक्स्ट आने वाला है? अगर नेक्स्ट फ्रेगमेंटेशन उसके रिलेटेड अवेलेबल है, then this value become 1. Okay, then
Okay.
this value becomes 1. Now P2 also, if you will talk about P2 here, P2 also have some values, so fragmentations, so we have written value 1. Okay, but here in P7, P7 is my last fragmentation. There is no any more fragmentation available on this data. So I
Yeah.
have written the value of more fragment of P7 as 0.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
हाँ.
Ma'am, so मतलब
Simply,
according to the question, number of fragments generated 7 आएगा,
Yes.
फिर more fragment जो
Correct.
0 1 1 1 लिखा है वो,
correct.
and total length value 120 plus
120.
500 उसका addition, और अगर offset पूछा होता तो 360.
Yes, total length value for all लिखा है ना, then for each packet you need to mention 20 plus 500 plus 120 plus 500 plus ये all 500.
हाँ हाँ, तो मतलब हर एक फ्रैगमेंट के लिए लिखना है और एक टोटल
Yes,
लिखना है.
exactly, correct. So this more fragment value, if it is indicated to 1, that means it indicates that the datagram is not the last fragment. Simply you can say that. अगर इसके value 1 है, इसका मतलब ये last fragment नहीं है. We can say that. If the value is 0, which will indicate this is the last, or we can say this is the only fragment. ऐसा भी simply आप याद रख सकते हैं.
Understood, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. चलो then. Janvi,
Yes, ma'am.
just a minute. Let me finish this one. I need some information regarding PBL. Just a minute.